Hello, hello. I want to introduce you to M3 Wealth. I've collected some of the best hidden knowledge I've ever seen anywhere out there. It is just incredible, and I study other stuff, but then I keep coming back to the golden nuggets that stand out the most. And to have so much hidden knowledge combined with the best opportunities, it's just like it's so overwhelming. And that's what I want to share with you today. I'm going to go through some points here and share just how amazing all the stuff that I've learned and I'm going to give to you. And hopefully, this will change your life. And yeah, pretty awesome. We're going to start with M1, M2, and M3. Those are three income earning strategies. M1 is trading your time for money. Approximately 95 to 96% of the population does this. It has an inherent problem called saturation. What do you mean the inherent problem is saturation? Well, you run out of time. You only have so much time. If you are trading your time for money, which is what a lot of people do at jobs, you obviously have a ceiling on what you can earn. Doctors are realizing this today. The doctor has to spend more time to earn less money. So does a laborer. That's why they say when you're a doctor, I just watched a video yesterday talking about the doctor that was a part of that team that helped that guy in the Daytona 500 that got in that really bad accident. He was being interviewed by a news station, and he talked about how doctors have to put in 90 to 100 hours a week. So he said, you really gotta love what you do. Isn't that crazy? That is a lot of time to consume. It's just what they do is incredible. So does a lawyer. Chargeable hours are the most important words in a lawyer's vocabulary. That's the M1 strategy that school teaches us and that we've observed in our parents' involvement with, for the most part. If a person becomes wealthy in the M1 strategy, it's at the expense of their whole life. They have to trade their life for it. They've compromised on the car they've driven, the home they live in, the vacations they take, and the school they give their kids. The clothes they wear, because they need the money to live. M2 is an excellent strategy, investing money to earn money. And those who understand it know that leverage is a way to work the M2 strategy. There's only 3 people out of 100, though, who understand this strategy, and some of those aren't very good at it. This would be like owning a franchise, owning an actual brick and mortar business, having employees, having overhead. It opens at 9 in the morning. It closes at 6 at night. You have to be there. You're married to it 5 days a week. It's almost like a job. M3. Now, M3, without question, is a strategy that wealthy people have always used. It's a strategy of leverage. Approximately 1% of the population uses this strategy, but they earn around 96% of all the money that is earned. M3 is multiplying your time through the efforts of others by setting up multiple sources of income, which is what we say, for short, MSI. It is residual income. It is passive income. It is income that keeps coming into your bank account even as you sleep. This is unheard of. That's why nobody understands M3. Nobody's been taught this stuff in school. It's an incredible way to live. A phenomenal strategy and concept. It's an amazing lifestyle, and only 1% live this lifestyle. It's unfortunate that only 1% lives this strategy. There's not enough education on the M3 strategy. It's been hidden and suppressed for way too long. If more successful people taught the M3 strategy and lifestyle, besides just living it and holding the secrets to themselves, we would see a percentage higher than 1%. I would like to see 10 to 15% of the population living the M3 wealthy lifestyle. This is powerful and it could change a lot of lives and generations of families. Knowledge is freedom. Remember this: the only income strategy that has been taught in the public education for the last 200 plus years is M1. The industrial age was designed to create jobs. That system is designed to train children as young as 3 years old to think about working a job when they get older. It becomes indoctrinated in them from that young until they reach 18 years old. And that's why 96% of the population gets a job, starting with preschool and then kindergarten. Now I learned this through Robert Kiyosaki in one of his books. It's designed like that on purpose through gardening, quote unquote, every child as young as 3 years old. The system gardens the children's minds and indoctrinates them for 15 years in order that they eventually get a job, which could last for 40 years. That system is only designed to create jobs, period. That is the foundation of the industrial age. Now we are quickly moving out of the industrial age, and we're starting to move even out of the information age. It's pretty incredible. Where do you want your education to come from? M1, M2, or M3? Isn't that incredible? Oh man, I just love this information. It's just every time I hear it, I'm just like, man, nobody was taught this. Still to this day, nobody's even taught this information. No kids, no teenagers will ever hear this. If you put 1,000,000 teenagers in one little section, maybe one will know this knowledge. Okay. Multiple sources of income is a technology that will permit you to multiply your present income by providing service beyond that which you are presently providing at your primary source of income. Additional service, additional income. Through MSI technology, you will earn many times what you are presently earning at your primary source of income. MSI is a concept that has been adopted by virtually all wealthy people. Multiple sources of income is exactly what it says it is. It's income from multiple sources. MSI is not another job. MSI is not even a better job. MSI is not even a job. MSIs are a way of adding new dimension of excitement and fun to your everyday life while you are becoming very wealthy. An MSI is an idea with which you are in harmony. An MSI is an idea that enables you to provide service to humanity in a lawful manner for which you will be fairly compensated. The compensation you receive from each MSI could be minimal, or it could be millions of dollars per year. An MSI should not interfere with nor cause you to jeopardize your position at your primary source of income. It's been explained that an MSI, multiple sources of income, is not another job. In fact, it's not even a job. It should be viewed as a source of income that is passive. Many people confuse creating an additional source of income for themselves as getting a part-time job. Though that is one way of creating an additional source of income for yourself, it's not one we recommend. Why? Because you're trading your time for money and eventually you'll run out of time. Another important point to consider when creating an MSI is you want to focus on creating passive sources of income as often as possible. By passive, we mean that it shouldn't take a lot of your time or energy. It's just something that's there, where you receive money on a regular basis because you contributed in some way or another. Granted, there will be an initial output of time and energy to get it started and it may or may not be extensive, depending on the MSI. But after that startup phase, it's considered mailbox money or earning money while you sleep. Here are some examples of MSIs that we're aware of. You'll come up with your own too. And it's just a handful of them. I'm going to just say them out here. Write a book, a song, a play, a movie script. Publish a book that is available under public domain, or write your own book. Like the first one said. Join a network marketing company. Every person in your downline is an MSI. How powerful is that? Produce a series of audios, CDs. CDs are kind of yesterday. It's mostly digital now. For your given field or niche. How powerful is that? That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Invent something. In intellectual property, give your idea to someone else to take to market or receive a royalty. Real estate investing. Back-end sales, referral fees. Real estate agents recommend home improvements to their clients and receive a referral fee from the vendor to whom they refer their client. Web-based affiliate programs. Facilitate, market something for someone someone else get an insurance. Let me start that over. Facilitate, market something for someone else that can get an insurance or securities license, residual income. I'm not too sure about that, what that one is. Franchise something. Rent your mailing list for free. You can get really creative with MSIs. If you're an independent contractor, let's say you're a graphic artist, you could create a piece of artwork, maybe a book cover, and instead of charging your regular fee upfront from the design, opt to take a percentage of the total sales and offer to design it for no upfront fees. You'll more than recoup your investment of time, and it will be money that keeps coming to you as long as the person keeps selling their book. Begin developing MSIs. Set an immediate goal to have 15. Fill in the spaces provided and make this wheel of fortune. And then that is at the end of this audio, I will put in the MSI graph to show you what that looks like. It's pretty cool. You decide on the number of MSIs you will have. If a person advances confidently in the direction of their dream and endeavors to live the life they have imagined, they will meet with success unexpected in common hours. That's Thor. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. How Riches Come to You. This is by Wallace D. Wattles. Never look at the visible supply. Always look at the limitless riches in the formless substance and know that they are coming to you as fast as you can receive and use them. Nobody by cornering the visible supply can prevent you from getting what is yours. How awesome is that? Incredible stuff. An M3 MSI could possibly be way better than a 401k and Social Security. With M3 MSI, you can receive the life you want much sooner than a typical retirement age, which, by the way, keeps getting older. People are having to work way past 70 years of age. Wouldn't it be nice to work smarter, not harder, and retire decades earlier than most people? With M3 MSI, you can live a life most people only dream of while having time freedom and financial freedom. There are not too many places in this world that offers both time freedom and financial freedom in one place. It's unheard of. It really is absolutely unheard of. When you see people doing really well, they have no time. And then you see the people who have all the time in the world, they're struggling with finances. Can you imagine just having both of these? To have both of these in your life running at full steam. And not just money, but actual residual income and then all the time freedom you want. It's just unheard of. Also, your M3 MSI can be inherited to your family and children. That's right, I'm not joking. Your residual income can be inherited to your family. Most retirement funds, most people that are on 401k, Social Security, that goes back to the state after you pass away. You don't get to. People who work for 30, 40 years and they fill up their 401k through a company and through Social Security and they get to live on that until they pass away, they don't get to see how much they've built up. All they know is that they're taken care of. That's not theirs. Well, with M3 MSI, that check just keeps coming in and coming in, and it's inherited. Even after you take your last breath, that check is going to go to your family. You'll never see that with a 401k or Social Security because it's state ran, it's government ran. Discover this hidden knowledge and your life will soon be heading in a completely different direction. Knowledge is power. Know the truth, and the truth will set you free. What are we being set free from? Ignorance. Without vision, people will perish and live a mundane and depressing life. Imagine what that's like when you get that vision of hope and you just all of a sudden an instant you're just filled with joy. It's powerful. In times of change, the learners, this is awesome. This is from Eric Hoffer. In times of change, the learners and free thinkers will inherit the earth, while the so-called college educated will be the ones that will be dealing with the world that no longer exists. This is happening a lot lately. It's time to think differently. We're going from the information age to the spiritual consciousness and vibrational consciousness age. We're beginning to have information overload. We went from the industrial age to the information age, and now we're exiting slowly out of the information age to a new age of understanding and vibration. It's people want to connect with you. They want to feel like when I'm talking right now in this video, people want to connect with me because they can feel what I'm saying, not just giving them information. And that's very important. The old economy before 2009 is gone forever. Why do I say 2009? Because that was the greatest economy crash since the last big one in the mid 1900s. That changed the direction of everything in 2009. And that's when we were entered into the digital world, and everything has changed after that. So this is the new economy. You got to discover and consider M3 MSI. It is incredible. Okay. Now, has anybody ever done any fasting, intermittent fasting? It's kind of taking storm right now, and it's pretty incredible. Fasting can really do wonders for your health. I've been dabbling with fasting for a little bit back in I think a little bit back in 2007, 2008, but then again in 2018 I was kind of fiddling with it, and I learned about fasting from Wallace Wall's book back in 1910. He talked about the farmer, and he called it earned hunger, where the farmer would get up early in the morning and he'd work all morning until noon on an empty stomach. And the farmer would be doing the earned hunger, and then at noon he would have his meal. Now that is intermittent fasting. I don't know why we're just discovering fasting like it's the way it's taking storm now in the Western world. It's just crazy. This stuff has been around for thousands of years, and now it's finally taking hold. I haven't heard about fasting. I mean, I've been studying fitness and nutrition way back into the early 2000s. I didn't know anything about fasting. It was unheard of. It was probably frowned upon. So, this hidden knowledge has just absolutely changed my life. So, can you imagine inherited? You can inherit your residual income check to your family. It can be passed down. And this is generational wealth. kids can learn this stuff. And I'd like to read that. Let me see. A very small percentage of children will ever be taught generational wealth. The rest will go get jobs. Write down on an index card of exactly the life you want. Write all your MSIs on paper that you would love to achieve. So imagine writing this down on a piece of paper. Your dream list, the house you want, the car you want. How many houses? How many cars? I mean, there's so many different cars because when you have a couple houses, how many garages do you have? You can put all your cars in there. This is unheard of. People don't live like this. How about having a home in the north and having a home in the south? The only signs of anybody owning property in the north and property in the south are retired people, if they can retire, if they have money to do it, and geese. Geese and other birds. They fly north and south with the climate and the weather. Wouldn't that be awesome to be able to do that? To be able to fly north and south or drive down there and come back anytime you want while earning a residual income. Which takes me to my next thing. The reason why it's hard for people to live like this and to dream this big is that we've been taught to live through our senses. Hear, see, smell, taste, touch. We've been taught as a society to live with everything we can see and feel and taste and touch, and that has been getting us in trouble. That enters our subconscious mind, and everything that we're doing around us is what we continue to echo. And it's like a song. When you hear a song, you keep humming it and keep singing it back and forth. That's what we're doing with our results and what we've been told to how to live and program. We're living through our senses. We need to live through our mental faculties, which is perception, reason, memory, will, imagination, and intuition. And once we get this turned around and we're living through our mental faculties and not our senses, we can program our subconscious mind to live exactly the life that we want to live. All this started for me back in 2004 when I started to question everything around me. I had questions, and I doubted everything around me. I felt like everything was fake, and I couldn't figure it out. So for 2 years, I was digging for knowledge, and that's why all this information has came to me. I've been collecting all this information, but this is where it started. So from 2004 to 2006, I've been searching for answers, and I couldn't figure out where it all came from. And that's when I stumbled upon the movie The Secret, and I was attracting that movie in the law of attraction. I was attracting that movie to me for 2 years, and that's after I started studying that and everybody on that movie, and I discovered Bob Proctor, Wallace Wattles, Abraham Hicks. I mean, the rest was history. And then it was just taking years to study all that, working a full-time job, and just putting all this together. It's just amazing. It really is incredible. Success, this is from Jim Rohn. Success is not to be pursued. It is to be attracted by the person you become. And then through learning all this stuff through The Secret and discovering all these things, I hit rock bottom in 2006. I was searching for something, and I knew this was it. And then learning all of Napoleon Hill's principles. They were just life-changing to understand all the stuff that he has learned. And he studied the science of success for 20 years in the early 1900s. And he's got some awesome stuff. I'm going to read his 17 principles. Number 1, Definiteness of purpose. Number 2, mastermind alliance. Number 3, applied faith. Number 4, going the extra mile. Number 5, pleasing personality. Number 6, personal initiative. Number 7, positive mental attitude. Number 8, enthusiasm. 9, self-discipline. 10, accurate thinking. 11, controlled attention. 12, teamwork. 13, adversity and defeat. 14, creative vision. 15, health. 16, budgeting time and money. And 17, habits. So, personal growth has absolutely changed the direction of my life since learning all this stuff back in 2006. It is absolutely, to this day, it just keeps getting better and better and better. So, yeah. I grew up in a network marketing company back in 91. And what I realized recently is my mom is still getting a paycheck from work that my dad did back in the 90s. It's not a lot. It's a couple hundred. And even I am receiving checks for just a couple bucks just for being a customer. I'm thinking, this is incredible. I've been a customer since 99, but I grew up in this company since 91. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. My dad passed in 2014. And then to just realize that my mom is still getting these checks. And it goes back to what I said earlier. This is inherited. People can inherit this check. Their kids can inherit this residual income. And I'm thinking, man, work that my dad did over 20 years ago, and that check is still coming in. Imagine if someone were to really go full time with this, and to think that check could go for another 20 years if they were to stop, depending on, of course, what they put into it. So, I mean, can you just imagine the potential here of residual income, of money that just keeps coming in? It's just unbelievable. And there are things that you have to pay attention to when it comes to finding the right company, because they're not all created equal, and there's a lot of them out there. And I've looked elsewhere, and I keep coming back to what I grew up with, because it's so good. Everything is put together so well. Yeah. So you got to make sure, if you're looking for a company, it cannot have breakaways. Now let me explain what a breakaway is. I don't know much about it, but it's important. No breakaways when you find a network marketing company in the comp plan. It cannot have a breakaway. And that is, never penalize for bringing in someone better than you. Your organization can never be taken from you. Most companies use binary plans, which really go against business principles. They are forced to reward the non-producer in order to get paid. Pretty powerful stuff. And I thought, whoa, I looked at a company I was about to invest in, early 2020 here, and I found out it had breakaways. I'm like, oh man. And then I'm thinking, and then I look back and I'm like, I pay attention that my mom, she's still getting this check, couple $100 a year, a month, couple $100 a month, and no work is being done. And this is from work from over 20 years ago. Like, that speaks volume. Do you know how powerful that is? It's just incredible. 93% of people who get to retirement have to get a second job. People are having to work way past 70 years of age, like I said earlier. And that's blood, sweat, and tears. That's not residual income. So, I mean, wouldn't it be awesome if people were to find something that can work for them with this hidden knowledge and this powerful information, and can team up with something, with an opportunity where they can win, and they know it's the right decision. Because who wants to, Who wants to screw up and invest all that time and energy into the wrong company? It's like dating somebody. It's like dating the wrong person. It's it just takes everything out of you. It's exhausting, and it's devastating. That's why you want to find the right one, and that's why I'm doing these videos, because if it helps somebody make the right decision, because there's a lot of stuff out there, and I've accumulated this information for a very long time, and that's why I want to help somebody. So imagine this life. Imagine the life of bringing in a paycheck, residual income of your choice. It can be small, it can be large, it can be 5, 6 figures. It's whatever you decide. And I don't want to tout big numbers, because every investment that I look at, and then they're not bad, but some of them are expensive out there, and I've seen them, and they all want to talk about big numbers and what people are making, the big numbers. And that's not necessarily necessary to do that. People want to know, is it real? Can an average person do good with this and make an income? And that's literally what a typical person wants. They just want to make a few hundred or a few thousand. Not everybody makes 5, 6 figures a month. So yeah, imagine this: time and money freedom, to be able to do what you want and to have a paycheck coming in, a mobile paycheck, where you don't have to be stationed somewhere, like that M2 strategy, where you're married to a brick and mortar business and you can't take off. You're concerned about your business. Did they open? Did they close? Did my employers, are they acting appropriately? Are they professional? You're thinking about all this overhead headache is what I like to say. So how awesome would it be to own your time, to be able to choose where you want to go? You go take off. What climate do you want to go and enjoy in? You tired of the winters? I'm getting tired of the winters. I'm ready for 70 degrees. So yeah, it is awesome to be able to travel anytime you want, or just to not travel. You decide you want to stay home all the time. You have the freedom to do that. You don't have to take off and go out into the elements and have to drive across town or 40 minutes away to work at a job or to do something you don't want to do. And this is what life is all about. We're earning residual income, creating a better body and mind while gaining more and more powerful hidden knowledge. That's what it's all about. It's not all about just an opportunity. It's about gaining more knowledge and growing as a person. Personal growth. It's becoming better and better. You want to be better tomorrow than you were yesterday. So, if you're interested in a free online overview, and this definitely piqued your interest, let me know. Let me know and tell me, yes, this was incredible what you shared with me today. I want to know more about this, and I'll be happy to share this online overview with you. It's automated. You're probably thinking, oh, I have to share something with people. You're thinking, well, you put yourself in my shoes, and then you're thinking, no, I have to. No, I'm not even sharing the overview. We're just going to the Zoom app, and we're just going to be watching some other person do it. I don't have to touch anything. I just punch in some numbers, and there we are, watching somebody else do it from another state or another country. It's typically from another state, because I'm stateside. So everything is on the internet. We don't have to do anything. That's what's so cool about it. Eliminate the anxiety and stress of what if, or do I have to do this, or whatever. That's what's so cool about it. So if you're interested in a free online overview, let me know, and I'll get back to you, and I say, cool. And I'll give you the time, I'll give you the link, and we'll watch it. I'll watch it with you. to be like a three-way where you're watching it and other people are, we're all like, whoever's calling in and watching this webinar can see what it's all about. So yeah, thank you for your time. Where are we at? We're probably 35 minutes. Wow. Okay. I think that's everything. I try to make this short, but there's just so much information to share. In my mind, I wanted to make this 10 minutes, but that didn't happen. So thank you for your time, and yeah, if you don't look into what I have to offer, I hope you can find something that works for you, something close to residual income, something close to everything that I explained on everything in this video. Don't settle. I'm just telling you, do not settle. Live this life. I was around at a very young age. I grew up with this since 91. So if you're around success at a young age and you're going to national conventions and you're seeing success all around you and visiting them in their homes, I cannot tell you how incredible it can be. I've seen it, I've witnessed it, and sometimes I even forget because it's been so long, and I've seen these other people, and the success they have is absolutely incredible. That's why I love talking about having a personal growth foundation like this, because there can be so much success that a person might not even know what to do with it. It's incredible to be able to go and want to buy a house in cash, not have to deal with a mortgage, go to a dealership and buy a car of your choice, paid in full, no car payment. Imagine just jumping online and buying a bunch of flights to go somewhere. Don't even care about a deal on the flight. And me, I'm very uncomfortable with airlines in the seats. The seats are getting smaller. So I'm just going to buy 2 seats. Who cares about the price? Stay comfortable. It's just so cool. It's so cool, and I hope you find something. If it's not with what I'm sharing or what I'm offering you, if it's something else, just don't settle. Strive for this lifestyle and these and all this stuff, and your life will it'll just be incredible. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day.